what's the concern level of, the first period that you guys had on a night where there was obviously lots to get up for, and you were focusing on the first because of last game as well?
We obviously addressed the start, and it was not what we expected. A couple details that we wanted to make it hard for Calgary, and we didn't do that. And looked at the the first goal where there was a turnover, leads to a chance against, led to the goal. We know that the energy is high, and both teams are, wanting to do really well. And the more simple that you can play to start a game, it's more important at the start of a game than it is even in the start of a third period.
Kris, what did you think of Leon's penalty there when you were down 4-2?
That was not one we want to see. It was unacceptable, and I know Leon is taking ownership of that, and moving forward, we can't have those penalties.
You did not play him in his usual spot right after that penalty, and then you had to throw him out when you had a power play. Were you going to play him the rest of that period?
I hadn't decided.
What do you see defensively? Like when you guys were on that streak, defensively you guys were so solid in your own zone. What do you see you're getting away from maybe, these last few games?
Just attention to detail and maybe a little more urgency in the defensive zone. You give teams a little bit of space and time. A lot of skilled players are going to make plays, and I think we're just a step behind. I think I have good intentions, and it's not that we're taking shortcuts, but I think we're just a little bit lethargic, a little bit slow to close plays, and it's just leading to them giving a little more room and space to make those. And I think that's the biggest thing. And then also through that stretch, the winning stretch, our goaltending was outstanding. Like, they covered up a lot of mistakes. So our defensive play was better, but so was our goaltending. And right now, both can be better.
You have to nip this in the bed, but you're winning games after the All-Star break, but you're not playing as well as you can. But you have to nip this in the bud pretty quickly before suddenly your losses are going to start piling up.
Good teams put together long winning streaks, and their losing streaks are very short. And not any Stanley Cup champion or successful team has not had a lull during the season. It has always happened, but like I said, good teams are able to shorten these, and I think we're getting to a point where it's been long enough, and we have to improve.
What are the steps that this team needs to do in order to recalibrate?
Well, the start's one thing. We need to come out a lot better at the start of the game, and that's attention to detail and having the energy to play right from the start. And any successful team has the defensive details, not giving up chances, force them to make good plays rather than, just giving them that time. And I think we're just not being as sharp as we had been before.
Leon talked about how he needs to lead the way a little bit more in terms of not letting the frustration get away from the group. What are you seeing from your team, as things maybe aren't going the right way, a little bit more consistently in terms of people pulling in the right direction, not letting the negative energy kind of compound problems?
There is a little bit of negativity. There is frustration right now, but nothing like there had been before. And you comment about Leon. Leon is a leader on our team, and a lot of guys look up to him, and he has been showing his frustration, but his work ethic has been there, and he's been doing things well. Is he playing at his top of his game? No, but it's still pretty good. And just like him, just like a lot of guys, or almost everyone, we can all be a little bit better.
So do you feel like you ever got to the top of your game tonight, the place that you wanted to be at any point in this game tonight?
I'm surprised. I thought we did get it off to a good start. I thought our energy and our execution, we talk about not having to defend and having good passes, and I thought we had it at the start of the game. And then we had that turnover, and then, that took a lot of energy out of us, and we're down one. It wasn't like it was the previous game in the third period where we looked pretty good there. If we did, it was for a very short period of time.
coaches, how do you want to address this? You don't want to necessarily read the riot act because you don't want the negativity blossoming. Is it a hand on a shoulder? Like, what's the next step for the coaches to?
I think the coaches, we need to coach. We need to teach. There's individual meetings with players and getting the best out of guys, and there's things with our systems that we need to improve on, and there's details that have been slacking, and we need to remind the guys and teach it again. And it's a long season, and if we haven't addressed something for a long period of time, they're going to forget about it. And obviously, as a coaching staff, we need to address some of those things. And I think that's the biggest thing.
The assists and the effort and everything have clearly been there, but it is 9 games, I think, here for Connor. Shot totals are down a little bit from last year. What are you seeing in his game? And he piled them in last season. What are you seeing from a goal scoring standpoint from him right now?
I think can't recall the stretch, the goalless stretch, and when he's passed up shots. And I think of a couple good looks that he had against Boston, that he wasn't hesitating. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sure why. I think he's had some good looks. Maybe there's been some opportunities for him to shoot that he's passed, but I don't think there's been that many, so I can't answer that.
Kris, can you let us into your thought process on the timing of and the reason to pull a goalie as you did? Just curious.
They were down 3 with about 8 minutes left, and there's not many opportunities to pull the goalie. I think the biggest, most important time to pull the goalie is when things can be organized. You're not changing on the fly, because then you don't have your full 6 guys out there. You're shorthanded for a while. And we're down 3 with 8 minutes, and it's tough to score in this league. And I felt that was the time to be aggressive.